Welcome back to Gedgehammer Reviews. So, the home, this is us. We are the home of your movie and TV reviews, where we celebrate the stories that we love. And if they miss the mark, we're going to smash through them anyway, okay? But today we are traveling back to Wakanda to visit one of the biggest Marvel Studios films, the original Black Panther. Now, when this arrived in 2018, this is not just another superhero movie. This is a box office event that smashed records and Academy Award nominations, and it introduced millions of people to a new world within the MCU. But after nearly 10 years, and the MCU looks very different, and we've now got a new Black Panther as well, I think it's time to talk about one of Marvel's greatest achievements, and this absolutely is one of them. It's not quite perfect, but it is absolutely brilliant. Now, the first thing that always strikes me on a rewatch is just how confident this film is. It doesn't feel like it's trying to imitate any of the good things that any of the other Marvel films have done. From the first scene, the music, costumes, language, architecture, traditions, it all feels like something that is actually within our reach. This is not a fictional country, or at least it doesn't feel like it. It's a civilization with thousands of years of history, culture. The world building here is something that Marvel doesn't get enough credit for because it doesn't often go the way it does here. But Chadwick Boseman, what else is there left to say? He's not cracking jokes every 30 seconds. He's not the loudest Avenger by any stretch. He's thoughtful, respectful, burdened by responsibility. And throughout the film, he's currently asking himself, what kind of king does Wakanda need me to be? It's a very different conflict than just trying to stop a bad guy. His journey is his transition into leadership after the death of his father in the previous Captain America movie. He inherits a throne and a nation with expectations. And there's that sort of hidden aspect that we can't really let the world see. But as the story unfolds, he begins to realise that this tradition isn't always doing the right thing. And by the end of the film, he makes a very brave decision to open Wakanda up to the world and proving that true leaders persevere for a better future. It's a subtle character arc, but an incredibly powerful one. And watching Chadwick and how he sort of carries that emotional weight, he doesn't know, and it's really sad that he doesn't know and didn't get to see what this film has done for that generation. It's unbelievable, and we really need to appreciate just how special his performance really was. But in terms of the film, it's not just him. There's also Michael B. Jordan, and this is one of the finest villain performances in the entire MCU. The reason that this works so well is because he's not trying to destroy the world for the sake of it. He genuinely believes that Wakanda has abandoned people across the world whilst they live in unimaginable wealth and safety. His anger comes from that abandonment, the loss, the pain of losing his father in the way that he did. He grew up isolated. What else was he going to do? He saw injustices throughout his life. None of that excuses what he becomes, but it makes you understand him, and there is ground and depth to that villain and to his performance. Every conversation between Killmonger and T'Challa feels like a battle of ideas rather than just fists and fighting. Should Wakanda remain hidden, or should it help the world in all of the ways that it possibly can? Even when Killmonger wins the throne, it's difficult because we understand what he's trying to achieve. He's just going about it in the wrong way. It's incredibly difficult writing to pull off, and as we know from Ryan Coogler, he just nails it. Even his final scene remains one of Marvel's greatest endings for a villain. It's quiet and it's heartbreaking, and it certainly is unforgettable. We've got comedy characters as well. We've got Winston, and Baku, and every time this man appears, he steals a scene. Not enough in Baku for me. I think we need more going forward. He's not going to be the main character of any movie, but he really does bring an edge to the character and to the movie. He's immensely intimidating whilst also very, very funny and an absolute fan favourite. One of mine, absolutely. Okoye, she's fierce, loyal, she's a very strong warrior. Her devotion to Wakanda above any individual creates some fascinating conflicts within her story. Nakia proves that there is a moral voice behind what is challenging T'Challa. We got Shuri and how she starts her journey, and again, a very entertaining character, funny, brilliant, and loads of energy on screen. What she becomes as well. We've got Angela Bassett bringing that sort of class to the sort of the film itself, and as we sort of watch her journey unfold as well. But visually, this film is stunning. The costume design, it deserved every award it won. Every tribe has its own identity. The colors, traditions, technology, it all blends seamlessly. It creates that sort of futuristic but not world. And then we come to the music. Some of the songs from this film are still on my sort of ready to listen to playlist now. But it's not just that, it's the score as well, and the soundtrack. It's the heartbeat of the movie. As soon as you hear any of the music, you know exactly what film you're watching, and that is the mark of an iconic score. It's not perfect though, I'll be honest. It's very, very close to that. But I would say, as with a lot of the Marvel films, is upon rewatch, the CGI, some of it is lacking. When they drop down into the mine, and yes, the costumes are great, but the CGI sequences, they're just not holding up. And it's one of the few moments where that illusion of the world being so believable breaks for me. It's also slightly slow around the middle, and we're getting a lot of sort of exposition, but I would absolutely put it as one of Marvel's best entries. These are really small criticisms in what is very, very good and what is a very, very good film. But this is the most important thing, is it's saying something. It's about responsibility. It's about identity, heritage, leadership, all of these things, tradition, and the courage to really admit that even centuries of history can be wrong. And this is a big thing to take on for a movie that is essentially a comic book and a bunch of characters dressed up, playing dress up, having a fight. It's a huge area to tackle. But after all these years, where does Black Panther rank for you? I think it is comfortably a top 10. Absolutely. It might not crack my top 5, but it's so close to that. The emotional legacy that is left by Chadwick Boseman, it really does carry weight with the movie as well. But for me, this is a 4 out of 5 movie. No question. It's thoughtful, it's exciting, it's visually stunning, and it's got one of our best Marvel villains. It changed what the superhero films could be, and it remains essential viewing for every Marvel film. But again, please, I think this is a fantastic movie. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Where does Black Panther rank in your MCU list? And do you still class Killmonger as one of the greatest villains that we've got? But again, like, subscribe, get amongst it, get up in the comments, let me know what you're thinking. But as always, guys, have an amazing day. I'll see you on the next one. Keep on smashing.